I'm the Shredder, and the opinions you're about to hear are my own. It may just be me, but I'm getting a little sick and tired of the amount of backpedaling and hypocrisy on YouTube at the moment. We have a toad from Festus, Missouri named Brett Keane that accuses people who make arguments against Pat Condell of simply doing this to gain subscribers, while at the same time said toad leeches subscribers by being able to tell you in vivid detail the flavour of Condell's sphincter. We have an emo attention whore called Anision who, among a lot of other stupid things that he says, threatened to sue another YouTube user for slander. After it was exposed, he attempted to set up his own religious cult a few years ago. Then, after realising he hasn't got a leg to stand on, he admitted what this user said was true, but tried to gain our sympathy and understanding by saying that he wrote all this at the age of 17, and then to further try and convince everyone he doesn't believe the sentiments he wrote, such as meat eaters should be put into the soil where they will do the least harm, took down all of his videos. We're not even 3 months ago. He was saying things like, "I wish I didn't have to share the same planet as you meat eaters." On top of this, he thinks the statement of, "I didn't know the law," excuses him of the charges of filing false DMCA takedown notices, and anyone who says otherwise is a liar. Hey Gregory, Venom Fang X called. He wants his shtick back. And finally, we have a small clique of YouTube's supposedly smartest freethinkers, and no, for once I'm not talking about the League of Reason, but I'll address some of their ranks in just a few moments' time. You've got people like Fact vs. Religion, a transphobic woman who bears a striking resemblance to the aliens from the Roddy Piper movie, They Live, unquestioningly endorsing the bigotry of Mr. Condell, and having the arrogance to think there would only be Christians and atheist apologists that would take offence to her burning a page of the Bible. This supposedly intelligent young woman couldn't even look for 3 seconds at the arguments that atheists put forward about how book burning was a tactic used in World War II by the Nazis, or dare I say it, religious zealots in the Dark Ages, and that we as a species should be beyond that level of stupidity. We've got users like Antiboo86, who seem to think that he bears no responsibility for the hateful comments left about moderate Muslim user Dawa Films on his video, or Dawa's channel, by Antiboo subscribers. Antiboo apparently is not responsible for Dawa being branded a pedophile by the people that watch Antiboo videos, not even after Antiboo leaves comments on said videos, such as this one, and I quote, "Take your mangled idea of integrity and go lecture your fellow believers on the merits of marrying toddlers." This is clearly the dialogue of someone seeking discourse between religious moderates and atheists. Let's not forget the most popular of all YouTube's bigots, a science vlogger who seems to have a bad habit as of late, putting his thunder foot in his thunder mouth. Ever since I and others came out with the view that he was a bigot of the highest level, we have been flooded with messages from apologists attempting to justify why we're all wrong. Apparently he never grouped together all Muslims. He never demonized an entire group of people based on the actions of a few nutjobs that carried out acts of violence that happened to believe in the same God. Maybe it escaped your advanced reasoning, Thunderfoot, but this is the same argument religious fundamentalists use to demonize atheists by bringing up the actions of Joseph Stalin. So explain to them how your argument is completely valid when theirs apparently is not. And Thunderfoot made this video about the Ground Zero Mosque, and all I can say is, vindication has never felt so good. We have Thunderfoot now on record saying that an American citizen that happens to be a Muslim should be a little more sensitive about opening a community centre so close to the site where those two buildings were, because this was carried out by people at the centre of the Islamic faith, Saudi Arabia. Not once did he address the fact that the evil, filthy Muslim, who happens to be on the side of peace, religious moderation and open tolerance, Faisal Abdul Rauf, a man sent 4 times to the Middle East as a peace envoy by the Bush and Obama administrations, a man that has denounced the atrocities of 9/11 amongst the other silent moderates that Thunderfoot, Antiboo and Facts, among others, would like to perpetuate the stereotype of, a man that has made it clear that this community centre is open to all of New York and not exclusively a Muslim-only site like Mecca, and a man who has done more to encourage civil discourse between religious groups and atheists than all of the League of Reason talk shows and Muhammad drawings combined. Yet this man is being portrayed as having no respect for the dead, because he happens to be a Muslim building a community centre with prayer rooms that, although 2 blocks away from Ground Zero, is completely out of sight of the 9/11 memorial, which will be 5 blocks away. It's funny how everyone is eager to rant about how insulting this building is, but not even mention the mosque already in place closer than this community centre ever will be. Why is this mosque not mentioned? Are those Muslims praying there not as equally disrespectful to the dead as the ones that will pray at this new community centre? Or are you afraid that the very fact that there is a mosque already in place and has been since before the World Trade Center opened destroys the credibility of your argument entirely? So, To Thunderfoot's main apologist, DPR Jones, and indeed other members of the League of Reason, I ask this. Do you still truly think that Thunderfoot chose his words carelessly? Do you still think the issue is freedom of speech or respecting the dead? If not, then would you prefer some fresh double cream or ice cream to accompany that slice of humble pie that you and everyone who tried to justify this behaviour from Thunderfoot should eat a nice big slice of? I'm the Shredder, and that's my opinion.